Well, in the entire history of the league, only 3 players from Saskatchewan have ever played in the NFL. Very happy now to be standing next to one of them. One of my all-time heroes, Mr. Rueben Mayes from North Battleford, Saskatchewan, back in Saskatoon for Dog's Breakfast number 13. Rueben, first of all, you talked about it in your speech.
Thank you so much for having me here, back in my home. I'm welled up with pride. Pride to be back in the prairies, to see the granaries, to see too much snow. Wonderful to be back because this is my home. This is who I am.
What does it mean to you to be back here in your home province?
I really feel good about just being around people that I know and people who help me be raised up and grow and learn and all those different things in the farming environment. So that's what I feel like in terms of just being back where I am and my family and all of that. My family in terms of my brothers and sisters and my dad. My wife and sons are in Washington State, but in terms of where I grew up.
Good to be back here at home. I remember what it was like growing up a kid in the 1980s, being a huge NFL fan. All of a sudden there's a guy in the league from my home province, from Saskatchewan, not just in the league, but a dominant force, wins Rookie of the Year. What was it like for you being a kid from Saskatchewan? All of a sudden you're in the NFL. Did you surpass your own expectations, or was that kind of what you expected to happen?
Well, I had a vision, but I didn't know what the feeling would be, actually be there, and it's pretty phenomenal, especially after a game, if you've done well, say, well, wow, I've actually played an NFL game, and then every once in a while when I walked on the field, when the offense got started, it was like, look at this, I'm an NFL player from North Battleford, so sometimes it would hit me,
And so, as we mentioned, back home in Saskatchewan, giving back, taking part in the Dog's Breakfast. You know a lot about what these young men are going through, especially these recruits. Go back to those days with you. What was it like for you when you got recruited and showing up to Washington State, getting ready to embark on that successful college career?
I was scared to death. And I just, I said, hey, I'm just going to run my heart out. I'm just going to run like crazy. And in fact, my running back coach Aganian said, you're raw, but you're doing great. Keep working hard. So I just worked hard and used my God-given talent.
You're a big part of this year's Dog's Breakfast, of course, the guest speaker. What did you think of this event? I'm guessing this is the first one you've ever been to.
It is.
Your thoughts on this event and the response we're seeing here in Saskatoon?
Well, I think it's phenomenal. I talked about having a bold vision and having a commitment, and this is what this is about. They just said, despite funding barriers or whatever, we're going to make this a great program. We're going to provide the fuel to make this happen. So that's what's great about this breakfast is people who take leadership and are committed and have a vision and they make it happen.
And now I know you've been out of the NFL for a couple decades now. What are you up to right now? Give us an update. What's Rueben Mayes' life like post-football?
Oh, life is great. I'm Chief Development Officer for Pullman Regional Hospital. I've raised millions of dollars in philanthropy for people, programs, and technology. Great wife and great boys. Everything's great. Really, there's all kinds of stuff that goes on. Obviously, there's things that are challenges, but overall, I could not be happier.
That's great. Well, congratulations once again on all of your success, and thanks so much for coming back to Saskatchewan. Great to see you.
Thanks a lot, Simon. Really appreciate it.